Hey everybody, KDM8080 coming at you again with another LEGO Transformer. This time, LEGO Transformers number 4, Decepticon Nightwing. As you can see, his alt mode is based on a Volkswagen Golf GTI Mark 1 or 2. Not really, doesn't really matter. Yeah, he's like a little car. He rolls quite well. He's very low to the ground, very little ground clearance, though he does roll. That's his underside. But yeah, I think he looks pretty good. This was my entry for the Salty Lug Brickformer contest of 2019 or 2018, I guess. I don't know, December 2018, and he won the contest. So that was a big moment for me. But anyway, here he is. Try to get my hand out of the shot. For size comparison, here he is next to Bullseye. See how they stack up next to each other. They're really made to complement each other, both being carbots. And then get him out of here. Bring in. There's Roadmaster. So you can see how he scales next to my bigger bot. And then there's, for size comparison with a robot, there he is with Hideout. Alright, let's get this back to normal. And go ahead and get into transformation. So, transformation on this guy is horribly complicated. He's not super fun to transform, but there's some neat engineering and some fun aspects of it, so we'll go ahead and dive in. Alright, already broke a piece. So, you have this back on there. What you want to do is detach this here, and then detach this here. Alright, so you do that on both sides. Come around to this side of the car. Attach that. And you come right there, detach that. Now this is probably the most frustrating step, but what you want to do, well, I guess not yet. First you want to flip back. I'm not doing the best job showing you guys. I'm going to flip these down, I guess rotate that up. Man, it kind of got snagged in there. Let me grab something really quick. Try and get in there. Yeah, the tolerances randomly change on pieces, it seems like. Okay, I'm going to clip this out because I just dropped that into my pile of parts. Alright, so when that piece fell off, I lost it forever into a bin of Legos and had to build a new one. So, basically what you want is for this to disconnect, and man, it's just not... It's not having it today, is it? What happened to that piece I was using as a tool? Here, so you're just going to flip this down like this. That stud's supposed to stay in there. That's probably what's hanging everything up. What's supposed to happen is that this is supposed to flip back like that. So it's up and it flips back. Of course, now it's come unpegged even. There we go. This side, same deal. It flips back. That side does it without any problems. Get that back on there. Alright. So now, we'll go ahead and start finagling this piece. Kind of bring these out on both sides, which is a little forceful. They really want to fall off, but you can't let them. Just bring out side bit gets caught on everything else around it. There you go. Oh, accidentally. Oh, destroying the thing. There we go. Then this'll. Uh-oh. Alright, so what you want to actually do is come back here, you get those out of the sides. And then these are gonna hopefully not detach, but they'll flip up and back. So they're kind of out of the way. Alright, I had to cut again. This is definitely my most complicated transformer. But you want to get that unpegged so you can bring the foot out and get it past the side there. You do that on both sides. That's okay. You know, go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and take these off because they're going to fall off 100 times during the transformation. And it's just so much easier to do everything without those plates sticking out. Oh no. Alright, so this video is just going to be packed full of jump cuts. So these come out, and basically these would still be hooked on right there, sticking out, and they don't need to be. So then what you'll do is come right here. You want to get that unpegged, kind of possible to see there. Get this unpegged from the other side. Maybe it's supposed to unpeg somehow, but obviously I don't know what I'm doing with my own transformer. There. Great. The whole thing fell apart. It's just doesn't look great. Okay. So that's supposed to still be in there. Man, he is just the roughest one to get through, I'll be honest. Of all the Transformers I've made, he's definitely my least favorite to play with. Just in transformation, but once he's in robot mode, it's worth all of this effort. So you get the legs back, let me peg everything back in. And this came off. I don't know, we'll see where that went. And then, another thing that's really annoying is that these jumper plates just don't have the right kind of strength. Let's get those put where they're supposed to be. They're supposed to stay inside the leg there. Alright. So, and then that piece goes back on here. I guess this is also the build tutorial. So then you'll flip the feet forward like that. Oh man. Alright. And then this flips over. And yeah, you keep that folded back. Alright, same on this side. That side didn't fall apart this time. And then that slides up that way. And this one's got a bit tighter of a tension. But you get that flipped over. So then, man. Get this all pegged back in there. I don't know what to tell you guys. He doesn't stay together. But maybe I'll glue them. I would like to mention that this one I also had to follow the rule of I could not use any modified pieces, any Creo, anything, because that was a stipulation of the actual contest. So then you'll flip these things back and that'll kind of come out. Same on this side. Flip that back and this piece will come around. Alright, that hook back on there. And then these kind of fold out. Everything kind of shuffles around itself. I'll probably end up redoing this video at some point down the line when I'm better at making videos in general. But for right now, this is definitely good enough. All right. So then this piece here slides down on both sides. You see that? Slides down. And then this piece straightens out. If it all stays pegged together. It straightens out, and that stud actually pegs in to the bottom of this tail light piece. There we go. And then this piece flips back around the other way and forms up the top of the leg. And you do the same on the other side, like so. Just went ahead and took care of that off camera. This piece is actually a bit of a point of contention, where it's a little weak, because that's what holds the leg from unhinging. But anyway, so we'll come back around to this side. You've got this piece that slid down to match up with that. It'll come up and peg in right there. And that locks the lower leg in place, like that. Same on the other side. You just push this forward, like that. And it's pegged in. Come here, you're going to slide that piece up on both sides. Straight, well, actually we'll wait on the feet. You're going to fold this piece in first, and then you can go ahead and bring up the foot, and that piece will close kind of like halfway. Actually want to leave it open a bit. Same with the other side. Flip that in a little more. You can go ahead and push these mirrors back so they're a little more out of the way. Fold the wheel in all the way, push that kind of in. Those sort of hang off the back of his legs. And then that'll flip around, but you've got his legs done at that point. So let me straighten this up a bit more. Focus. Focus. It's not going to focus. Focus. Alright, couldn't get the camera focused for a second. So now he's got his legs completely done. We're going to come up to his chest here. You're going to fold this piece up and against the front there. And then you're going to bring this piece here. Well, actually, you want to come into the arms first, I guess. And we've lost that chunk. But, oh, sorry. There we go. So, come in here to the arms, and everything's just gonna, it's just gonna swing out like that. You can go ahead and do that on both sides. So now you got that fully swung out. Oh, lost a shoulder. That hook back on there. All right, and then we're gonna flip this forward. We're gonna come back here, flip that forward, so that we can, stuff's falling off, I'm just gonna ignore it, so that we can get his head finagled up through there, and then this will slide back, and you'll see, oh, that kind of popped up, there you go. His head can just barely fit through that gap there. Uh-oh, it came detached. It's hard to finagle everything on camera, but when I'm just playing with them in my hand, it doesn't fall apart nearly this much. So there's that. And you'll flip this tab up, and that's going to come and kind of force out of alignment, and the friction of that will hold it into place. So you just fold that out, and it forces it into place. You grab, we lost a wheel down here, and we lost a shoulder. back on there. So now, what we're going to do is, let's go ahead and, actually, let's deal with the backpack first. So you're going to want to bring these blades, flip them around like that. Oh, get detached. Same with this side. Flip it around like that. And then he's got that hole there, that stud there, and this will just come up here and peg right into his back. And there you go. Go ahead and get these positioned better for when the wings will be hooked onto him. So now, let's get him actually stood up. That piece came unclipped. And this is where that one piece came off. Alright, so now flip his arm around like that, both sides, down and around, and I like to think that if he were in combat, in the middle of transformation, he could still use his arm as a gun like that, if he really wanted to. But anyway, let's finish this up. Get him positioned properly. So you come into the arm. Oh. That piece is, it's only held on with one stud, and that's bound to fall off. So you come in here, and this piece actually, dang, rotates around on stud friction, and then the arm straightens out. Then you come down here to the lower arm. Let me actually, you want to rotate that circle out and around to this side. Then that'll push down and that'll rotate up. The shoulder came undone again. There you go. And then this thing kind of pushes like that. Slide it all the way back. And then the hand comes down. You gotta flip that all around. Hand comes down like that. Flips around like that. And then moves into place. There's one arm done. Let me get the other one done. I'm gonna do my best to keep it on camera. All right. Get his hand folded around. I'll show you just all his hand is one of those ball joints on there. All right. And then there we go. He's all transformed. Yeah. Clean him up a bit. All right, so there he is. Let me move this back. Got it tangled in a wire. So there he is, all put together and transformed. Let me go ahead and get his wings hooked back on. They just hook right back on to those blade pieces that were sticking out from before, as if they never came off. The other one. And there he is. Let me get him actually stood. There he is with his wings and everything. Go ahead, take a closer look at him. He's got his license plate on his chest. I tried to incorporate the entire car chest. I kind of had to with the rubber band there. Can't really make a rubber band transform. And then I was happy how I integrated the hood into his head. I think overall he's got an alright design. No kneecaps, that's something that did bother me, but I think it works for the character. He's got his big wings. Let me spin him around so you can see the back. Oh, and there goes the back. And you can see the wings just hook right back on where they detached. But there's his back. I think he's relatively clean. And yeah. Stand him up here. So here's how he stacks up next to everybody in robot mode. You can see Hideout's a good bit taller than him. Him and Bullseye are about the same height. He's maybe... yeah, the top of his crest comes up to about the top of his helmet thing. Dang it. Oh my gosh. I'm leaving that in. So let's just pretend that didn't happen. So as you can see, about the same size. They scale pretty well together. I'm rather happy. So, for posability, he's definitely posable. We got the big Lego ball joints in his hips, which really assist for some solid poses. He's got knee bend. He's got this piece that actually can slide up and down and help support extra weight of his body. He's got a ball joint at the foot, so you know every kind of angle. You got that tilt, and this actually rotates also on its own independent pivot. And then he's got ball joint at the shoulder here. He's got elbow pivot. He's got a swing out to the side. He's got a ball jointed hand, which is also posable. His thumb moves kinda. He's got his little blaster there. But he's got a ball joint at the neck. This is also on like kind of a snake, so you can use that for posability too. Each of the wings are on a ball joint here, so you can move those around pretty well. And I guess that's about it for posability. But all in all, I mean, he's pretty dynamic. You can really get him in some good poses. Let's see what I can pull off here really fast. Oh, foot came off there. That back on. But yeah, quite posable. So I guess that's about it. Hope you enjoyed. This has been Decepticon Nightwing by KM8080. Check it out on Instagram. Same username. Alright. See you next time.